Alrighty, greetings! I am Lice.
And I am Scandal.
And I keep thinking this game will be done, so
Let's play a game together. Cry in a corner.
Like, it just keeps doing like wrap-up signals and then not being there, which is weird for me.
I mean,
anyway.
Yowie Beast Boys really heavily started getting into that too near the end, so, you know, we might be if it's doing... It's fine.
Alright.
My friend's like, is it going?
So I'm just like, oh my god, alright. But I'm not ready to make a choice yet. Or am I? What if this is the actual end? That'd be freaking amazing. That'd be super weird. I'm taking my lunch break now, Mr. Stanley. Okay. Uh-huh.
You look really down, Smol.
Or is this going to be aggressive, try to cheer me up from everybody all the time? Dylan?
I brought you something.
Is it food? I love food. A picnic basket.
Yes!
Do you know that I don't have time for that on my 30-minute lunch break? Actually?
Of course it is.
How did you finally understand that I have a regular lunch break every time I work a full day when I've really only worked a full day once since you've been here?
Shocking. I thought I'd help by bringing you your lunch.
That's really...
Your lunch in a picnic basket.
Charming.
That's sort of...
There's a condition.
There's only one condition.
You're being helpful conditionally?
You have to eat it with me.
Well, we could sit at this table right here.
Okay, the one, you mean the one I'm sitting at right now?
The one I was heading towards with whatever it was I stole from, and when I say stole, just grabbed from the back.
Just gave from the back, yep.
Deal, let's eat. Thanks, Dylan, you're a lifesaver.
Now, a picnic like this needs a romantic spot.
Not gonna happen.
Not for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, my dude, we can't do
Honestly,
it.
people like, oh God.
Oh my God, how far away are we? Walks behind the building, there's an immediate, park there. Needs a romantic spot.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Walks you 2 minutes away, it's fine. This feels so nice. I feel like I'm also gonna lose my job because I'm gonna take like a 4-hour lunch break. It's fine. I'm lying on a blanket enjoying the warm sunshine and I didn't eat anything.
Not at all.
I sigh. I wish I didn't have to go back to work after this.
Oh, please don't say you fixed it.
Wish granted. You don't have to.
You're still keeping up your job. Trying to help pay for bills
sort
and
of.
everything else, yes?
I don't get the impression that any of you are going to make my grandpa's life any easier after I marry you. Is that what you want? Sphynx flings in. I can do that. Marry me. I'll do it. I will pay off everything he needs so that you will marry me.
Boink.
She just said what she wanted. Oh shit, this is your scene, isn't it?
Go away.
Sorry, I forgot. You know what? Listen to him, but later remember what I said.
Remember.
Just remember.
Yes.
Pay attention to him, yeah.
Phoenix! I'm leaving.
I thought I'd keep going for as long as possible. I just want to feel normal while I still can.
Are you going to miss it?
Don't you miss your job being a prince while you've been here? Not Mr. Stanley's nagging, that's for sure, but I like my coworkers who I've really only mostly named once. I do enjoy working there. I love doing customer service for angry mobs that are trying to seduce you. I mean, before that happened, it was really kind of a quiet, cute little coffee shop that rarely had business, which is why my grandpa's failing so bad, but it was very charming and easy job.
And now we're getting a lot more business, and now we've actually been able to pay off some bills and some debt.
And, yeah. I'm going to miss my house, too. That weird-ass architecture of the whole building being converted into one apartment from, 6 apartments.
It's pretty cool.
It's really interesting. And how they made all those weird remodeling choices, trying to make it a little more like a house, like the front door bathroom, I'll miss it. And Grandpa and Corey, and I break off, my lip quivering at the thought.
My parents. That I've never cared about before at all.
Sorry,
that's my guess.
No, that I've missed my whole life, even though they've never been there.
Oh, Smol. I hate seeing you like this.
You're the one doing it to me. I'm sorry, was that insensitive? Oh no, something in my throat. Goodness, sandwich, I think.
A whole ass sandwich, look, I got it.
In my whole throat.
We never meant to turn your life upside down.
I think you never considered that that's what it would have to be. I know, it's really not your fault. You seem to be completely unaware of what this would mean for me when you showed up.
Actually, all I can do now is make you a promise.
That I'll get to see everyone after I marry someone, if it's you?
If you choose me, I'll do everything I can to make it worth it.
Not that you'll take care of any of my family or let me see anyone again or anything that I care about, but you'll try and be so awesome in bed that I forget about them all. All right, well, that's a type of fiction. I've written that story, so...
I've totally done that.
Maybe.
So have I. I'll always put you first.
can go first every time.
Every single time.
Dylan.
I will spend all my time on my knees.
Hi, paying homage.
Gotcha. For starters, let's get your mind off those sad thoughts, okay? Let's talk more about knees.
You mean
and me.
Oh, how about I push you in the river? You love the water, right? Push.
No. Fine. Now it's time to have lunch.
We traveled all the way over here, and I relaxed and lay down on a blanket, and we had a conversation before we even ate. How long is my lunch break? I'm going to lunch, and by that I mean I'm checking out of my first shift, and then coming back for my second shift 2.5 hours later. I actually had one of those jobs working in a nursing home kitchen, which isn't technically a customer service job. I was just I just served the food cafeteria style.
Right.
But anyways, it really was like a 4-hour morning shift. Or like there was a 6-hour morning shift, and then there was a 4-hour evening shift, and they were 2.5 hours apart because the first one covered breakfast and lunch, and then you had downtime, and then you did dinner. And there was nothing to do in the downtime. So it was literally if you were scheduled for both shifts, you had 2.5 hours. It wasn't your lunch break. It was just you were punched out, not doing anything, and then you had to come back to work.
Ugh.
Which for me was super uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I will never do split shifts again. But at the same time, if that's what she calls lunch because she's going to be back later, this could potentially work, but doesn't feel like it is.
Yeah.
It feels stupid. Great idea. What's inside? Let's have lunch. I think great idea is fine. I don't even understand how this point is important.
I don't either. I'm like, what?
Sure, great idea. That's fine. I hope you didn't bring milk.
I am sure you will like these.
My eyes widen as he pulls out and unwraps a platter of perfectly cut sandwiches!
Yeah!
I love sandwiches!
Yes!
A plate of fresh fruit, a tray of gourmet cheese and crackers. How big is that picnic basket?
Damn.
And even my favorite bag of chips. He has been paying
Aggressive
attention.
seduction.
Aggressive
Engage.
seduction.
Boink.
I have paid
Chips.
attention to the food you like. Me. Shit, he knows how to seduce me. No! My weakness!
Food, Phoenix! Hello!
God damn it!
I do that all the time!
Food in common. I've been trying to share food with you this whole goddamn time. The wrong food. I am learning, alright?
Learning!
Dylan, get out of the screen.
Dylan,
Go
pause,
at my
pause,
game. Sorry. Sitting back over there with Rye again, 30 feet away.
Rye's like,
being like,
I'm intense and grumpy and have a dark mood right now. Leave me alone.
Oh no, one of his dark moods. Good thing he left the sky clear over here. He really is getting better about this. It's dark everywhere except for the shiny spot that you're sitting in your picnic.
Him. I'm trying to support.
So hard.
You.
You did all of this for me? And by that, I mean, you actually used your servants to make it all? I mean, did you learn how to do this? I mean, how did you get this?
Of course, it was nothing.
I appreciate that, but this is something, my dude. I noticed that the platter of sandwiches was made up of all of my favorite kinds. And there's peanut butter and jelly, and there's egg salad, and there's tuna, and there's a sub sandwich, and there's oh my god, there's 15 kinds of sandwiches here, and I'm gonna die from the contrast, because there's also a turkey wrap, and oh my god, is that a deviled egg sandwich? Is that a fried potato sandwich like my mom made before she disappeared when I was 3? I still remember those damn things. How did you get every sandwich I love? That's amazing.
To your grandpa.
Oh, right. He actually does love me. I forget that sometimes. He's shit at so many things, but he's good at food. How did you
This is
get
the episode of my friend being done with
everything right? Have you been stalking me? I love all of these things. This is wonderful. See, in this case, I could see her totally be like, I will have you.
Yes.
And then I will sit down and eat all of these things, and I want you to try every one of my favorite foods.
It will happen. I spent my whole life preparing to be with you.
Wait, you knew all this before you met me? Or you were preparing in that information gathering? You did do really good information gathering about that, the aquarium.
Yeah.
It is information gathering, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Good job, you. I'm surprised and blush at his words. How can he say that with such a straight face? He really is a completely capable, duty-bound, focused, thoughtful person who really does try and fulfill his obligations to the T.
Like that he's like, I'm supposed to marry her, so I better spend all of my time basically being interested in her.
And being ready to interact with her.
But which also makes that really fucking strange because he didn't know anything about our culture when he fucking shut up.
But there might have been a restriction of what you're going to learn is basically how to assimilate culture really quickly because you don't get to go there or study it beforehand. And him going, so I'm learning how to learn and learning how to information gather.
All right, fine. I'm just still annoyed by that.
It sounds stupid. He should show up knowing everything.
Yeah, he kind of should.
He really should. On the other hand, we'll just say he's got 14 ranks in information gathering, and he just focused it all on you.
And he rolled really well.
Or he's just been working on all of these things all at once for the week while he's been here, or whatever it's been.
He still has to roll really well because you have other stressors.
It's true. And what is he talking about? Before I can ask him, he interrupts my thoughts, chasing away the other two dragons again, who are trying to intervene again. No, but us.
Please, try my food.
Sure. Yeah. His tone sounds anxious. Does my opinion mean that much? I reach for one of the sandwiches quickly and just take a bite. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. It's so good. This is amazing. I don't know why I chose the peanut butter and jelly first, except out of panic, but this is clearly high-quality bread, peanut butter, and jelly. Like, this is like jam. Like, maybe even preserves. But, like, kind that I love.
It's not just jelly.
My eyes roll back into my head.
Oh, God.
As each flavor infiltrates my palate. Okay, somebody just went crazy with the language here.
Holy shit!
I have learned these words. I will use them.
Yes! You're like, whoa!
That is not. It's not infiltrating. Chill. It's not attacking my palate and sneaking its way in the back door of my taste buds. I have infiltrated your
punches you, reaches down your throat, shoves fingers up into your palate, peels it open,
like,
shoves everything.
Taste this. My taste buds are normally locked down, but they've infiltrated my defenses.
Oh no! My entire castle walls, they're crumbling. They're rolling.
There we go. Oh, can a sandwich be so good?
Did she really just get off on sandwiches?
That's kind of what they described, yes. He looks relieved. I didn't know you could do orgasmic cooking. I am intrigued.
Is that like the picture, the stupid fucking, I remember it was a TikTok or a Vine. Remember the little kid who bites into the chips and she just flutters her eyelashes, just crunch, and it was like so bad. The person was just like, these people were all freaking out about how much she just
I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't remember what it is. It was so bad.
I was thinking of that weird anime where they just, like the orgasmic cooking of food in the food contest.
Yeah, yes!
It's okay, I don't know
the
what
Food Wars.
Food Wars, that's what it was. All right, anyway.
Which I've never actually seen, but I've seen a couple of the fights, as it were, and they are hilarious and weird.
I hear his stomach suddenly growl, and I giggle, and I shove sandwiches at him. Try this!
Eat quickly before I have to go back to work and then I have to run!
This whole time, since I've eaten one thing and neither of us have eaten except for that, he hasn't had a single bite to eat. Wait a second. This whole time, the entire time he's been here, I've never seen him eat. He's always polite at the dinner table. We don't eat in front of each other. And I'm like, oh God, wait, we just went through a time lapse. I scarfed down my third whole sandwich.
We are
Damn. We are like, these are all so fucking good.
You don't necessarily have to be like I apologize. That probably came off a little bit of shaming, going, oh yes, your third sandwich, you just don't eat because you're. But I'm like, I honestly sometimes where I'm just like, I'm not very hungry, and then you eat something, you're like, oh my God, this is so good. Now I am hungry. Now I care about food.
It has made me hungry. I say yeah. Anyways,
and then suddenly you're like, I wasn't hungry, and then I will eat 12 of these.
I also wasn't meaning to say, that he's obviously never eaten. I was just going that sentence is ambiguous.
Yes, it's a little wild.
Aren't you going to have any?
Please
join me. Something? Dylan carries on as if his stomach wasn't screaming at us. Growling.
Sphynx, oh my God!
Just eat something. You don't have to worry about
If I had to stop drinking coffee, you can eat a goddamn sandwich.
Right? And besides, the baby doesn't need all that food. Right? Shit.
Food explodes. Why would I do that? I made this all for you.
I literally cannot eat all of this, but that's very cute. Because you're obviously hungry and there's plenty to share.
Now I'm involved, you eat.
You get to share my experience. I've dragged him through so many experiences, though I don't want to tell him he has to.
So I understand culturally, at least in Japan, and I apologize I keep bringing this up, but this is the context that I have, and also that I'm assuming, and also knowing where the publishing company is from, which is from Japan. We looked it up. Culturally, in Japan, there's so much basically subtle side talk of, oh, no, I couldn't. Well, you're just really, like, there's a level really of honestly having to go through, like, 4 or 5 stages, like, it feels like, to basically get someone else to basically go, no, I insist you need to have this food. And they go, well, if you do insist, kind of thing. Like, it's a really long...
If there's a power difference, you get this very roundabout kind of way, and a lot of subtext to the conversation.
And we know somebody who actually works with a Japanese company, too. So it's like, they have explicitly mentioned going like, it is a lot of talking to try to get to going, guys,
the actual point of the thing, yes.
And you're like, blah.
Additionally, I have a friend who is half Japanese, and his mom is very traditional Japanese.
Yes.
Anyway, so there's a lot of resources I've gone there for cultural questions, and he's been really helpful. So not to mention his mom, and they also have a great sushi rice recipe, so that's cool. Hungry, anyways. Because you're obviously hungry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Since when are you trying to hide things from me?
Dylan.
This is a little weird.
This is kind of strange.
Dylan's stomach makes a louder grumble and he looks away to hide his embarrassment. You know what? It's just so stubborn. Since when? Like, this is weird and random. What do I have to do to get him to eat? I can feed him! The date option is feed him. I just reach up with a sandwich and just gently start pushing it against his face until he opens his mouth. Push, 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 push.
Yes.
Sure, we'll freaking feed him some damn food. Why the hell not?
That would be so rude.
I'm not going to support him ignoring his stomach or lying to me and being dismissive. Because it might be a social gesture of going, oh no, I'm not hungry, but it is also a lie.
It is a huge lie.
It's also a lie. I shake my head and pick up another sandwich. Eat with me. Don't be ridiculous. There's enough food here to feed an army. There is no way I can finish it all on my own. I will taste everything so that you do not feel as though you've deprived me of anything, okay? I stare at him as he still does not attempt to eat any of the food. Jeez, he's so prideful. I contain.
It also seems weird for him, where he is actually super aware of himself in a lot of cases, that he wouldn't eat.
I feel like what they're trying to do is basically, I've performed a service for you. If I join you, I've no longer performed a service for you. I've no longer given you a gift.
Yes.
And so there's this thing that you could potentially interpret culturally going, but if you bring me in on this, I've no longer done something for you. We're doing it together. So it doesn't matter that I'm hungry at all. It's actually more of a service to you if I resist.
Yes.
And if we had connection to that behavior, we could support him and go, you don't have to eat any of this. I will enjoy it. I will receive the gift, and then I will go back to work.
You mean like cultural context?
Oh, you mean like actually telling us
we mean
what's
world
going
building?
on?
People. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine.
Okay. I see we're going to have to do this the hard way. Hang on. So have you ever seen that movie Lady and the Tramp? Because I'm going to show you something with sandwiches. Oh. I suddenly shift my body to face him and bring the sandwich to his lips.
Poink!
Poop. Poink! I will feed you.
Open wide. What are you doing?
What does it look like? You're hungry, so I'm gonna feed you. So have some, silly.
I'm not.
I appreciate that you're trying to do something that we're not discussing, but my culture, which I keep shoving you into and saying do it my way, is that you're going to eat. That's not what your stomach said, which has never gurgled or growled ever before, but here we are. He turns his face slightly away, but again, he's hiding crimson cheeks. Come here, eat with me, it's fine.
Food. But this is...
Is a girl feeding him really that embarrassing him? Oh shit, is this an intimacy thing that I don't know? Goddamn, are we getting married if I feed him the sandwich?
We're gonna get married to him again. It's fine.
Another marriage. We'll have like 7 layers of marriage by the time we're done with this.
It's okay. There's many layers of marriage that you need to go through in order to marry a water dragon. You just didn't know about it until now.
Oh. Yeah, we're only first married, which is much like your version of, you know, casual friends.
Right?
Oh, because you guys get close really quickly. Oh.
Okay.
It's kind of cute to see someone so cool-headed be so flustered. Oh, God. We really are going for that thing you've been talking about, just flustering the level-headed one forever.
Like, that is a trope in anime, and I never know what to do with it. Sometimes I think it's kind of cute, and other times I get incredibly irritated about it. Because it feels like some level of, like, almost like intelligence shaming, or like,
yes.
Again,
or composure shaming.
Composure shaming.
Of going, like, you're not really the real you until I break open your composure.
Yeah, you haven't gotten really drunk. You need to actually get drunk, so I get, like...
It's like Indomitable, basically going, you're not really feeling things because you're not bursting out and doing things.
Do you need to explain who Indomitable is before?
So I have a Boku no Hero Academia OC, and his hero name is Indomitable, and he's pretty cool in my opinion. But the thing is he has a quirk called that I've called homeostasis, where he just stays the same as he is. It essentially works as like invulnerability, immortality. Like he still has all the problems of like, if you can basically... He can be handicapped in many ways. He doesn't have super strength. He doesn't have super speed. Those kinds of things.
Right.
Like, he doesn't have other powers other than that, really. But the thing is he has really, based on homeostasis, he has incredibly regulated hormones and physiology.
Yes.
So he doesn't experience strong biochemical hormones because those unbalance your body. So any really strong emotional expression or state that has to be changed into your biochemical state to get there, he doesn't experience. Now, does that mean he's not a full range of emotion kind of person? No, not at all.
No.
It's just he expresses a lot of things much more subtly. And he's not containing or composing himself. That's just who he is. And people have been like, he's so contained, he's so stoic, he's so all whatever he is.
Right.
And the thing is it's just that's him, that's who he is. There's no breaking open that shell, that's who he is.
And there's always that thing, like, it's kind of actually where I will note, that if you guys actually have ever seen it, I might go recommend it. If you've never watched the original Star Trek series, a lot of people basically had that with Spock. Basically of the calm, cool-headed, rational, completely logical character losing his goddamn shit. When he goes through the Ponfar incident in that series, people lost their goddamn minds. They thought it was the hottest thing ever because he is the dude and he's lost it and he's so controlled and so, yeah, like, it was amazing.
Never understood what the obsession is. Like, it's not something I connect to. As many relationships as I've had, as much intensity or drama that I've had, and as much as like really powerful experiences that I've had with some of my partners, like, I've never had the I need to break you open to make you feel more. One of the primary things that I do for people in my life, as a friend, as a companion, whatever, is emotional care and support. It's something that I can and do offer. Now, it doesn't mean I'm babying all of them. It just means people feel things, and I'm often really empathic in that way, which is weird because it's also something that I work really, really hard to get away from because it can really, really hurt.
Yes.
So in professional environments, I'm also seen as completely unfeeling, unsympathetic, unemotional bitch, if you will, because I don't do big emotional expression because I cannot connect to these people's struggles or I cannot function there.
Yes.
So I basically turn off the empathy and I deal with everyone in a very professional, even, equal manner.
Yes.
I say, and then in my private life, I can be really emotional, but it's not like I've never connected to trying to crack someone open emotionally. And I've had a lot of people, especially men, especially in the workforce, try to crack me, try to get a rise out of me, try to push me over the edge, try to make me, respond properly. I've had so much bullying and teasing and harassing and nagging because I'm, quote, too level-headed. It's not real, that it's frustrating as shit. And the thing is
and I've actually seen this at work, so my friend, she's not talking out of her ass. It's really frustrating.
Because I really am like, when somebody comes up to me and they attack me aggressively and yell at me and stuff, I'm kind of like, and what do you need? How can I help you with this? And not in a condescending way, just, I don't know what they're after with the emotional outburst. So my first response is to try and figure out what they're after, not get defensive.
Yeah.
Because a lot of other people's emotional experiences confuse me.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how they got to where they are, and the most important thing for me in problem solving is, how did you get to where you are? Anyway, that's a lot of personal self-exposition and stuff, but I don't understand that trope. I've never been able to connect to it, and I think it's harmful to go, if you haven't truly screamed at each other as a couple, you've never really had feelings together. That kind of thing is what builds off of this kind of trope.
Yes.
Where I've heard from people before going, if you've never had a real screaming, knockdown, rip-roaring fight, you're not a real couple, or you never have had the real drama or the real challenge yet. Or again, if you've never truly seen your partner screaming angry or just bawling sad, you don't know who they really are. I had a partner that really was like, I want to get you drunk so I can see the real you, and that he would continually say, like, throughout our time together, there was this really strong experience of him going, one of these days you'll really get angry, and then we'll really basically see who you are. You really know what you're like. And I'm like, this is me angry. I've been angry at you many, many times, but to you it's not enough to consider it real anger.
And it was a lot of, basically, as far as I ever saw, a lot of dismissive and going, because you're not angry, you haven't reached my gatekeeping on it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed then to basically have an experience or express yourself. Because you're not truly mad, you're not truly,
So I'm deeply frustrated with the way they're treating Dylan, and this is going to be a slightly longer episode because we've already gone over time, so I'm just going to wrap up this scene. Okay,
fine.
Friend, jump in with me.
All right.
My arm is going to hurt if I have to hold it here like this all day, and I might lose my job if I don't go back to it.
Oh.
I might have guilt-tripped him a little, but he should eat if he's hungry. I probably could have better social skills, but I really just don't.
Gotcha.
He grits his teeth, trying to maintain his composure. I waft the smell of the food gently under his nose and describe what I love about this specific kind of sandwich and how good it should be.
Honestly,
and what I want to share with him, because the idea isn't to shove food in his face, it's to share an experience together. Except for I'm not going to say any of that.
Yeah, which is really disappointing. Fine, I will do it, but only because you asked.
Just because I asked should be a good enough reason.
Right?
Just because I said no should be a good enough reason.
And it's also like, if you did have something else, you could also share it. This again, where it's like, this is kind of a two-way street thing. Yes, I get Smol as being pushy. Yes, I get Dylan as being, incredibly non-communicative.
Yeah.
We are making a lot of assumptions about why he's being non-communicative, but honestly, we don't have any answers.
Yep.
It just seems like he's just pulling away for some reason.
And the thing is if he just said, in my culture, if we share the gift, it's no longer a gift. Or to me personally, that'd be really easy for us to go, oh. And then we could decide, make him eat or just let it pass, not a, well, we'll just let him lie kind of thing.
Right?
I roll my eyes and smile as he moves closer to take a bite. He goes for a bite, but nicks my finger with his sharp tooth. Since when does he fucking have sharp teeth?
Whoa.
Since goddamn when?
Holy shit, we should stop here, because in the next one...
Oh my god. In the next yeah, we're stopping
We're going to find out
what the hell was that?
Whoa! Okay, well, thank you very much then for joining us, guys, and we appreciate you spending time with us.
Yes.
If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
And potentially maybe share some of your experiences or whatever you've had. This is a really complicated thing, and sometimes the only way we get through this is together, kind of thing.
Yes.
And if you want to support us, though, more directly, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And it really was lovely sharing this with you. And if you have any thoughts about any of these things, whether it's personal about us or about the game, like as far as like your own experiences you want to share, or if we like hit a chord and you're like, yes, that reminded me of a thing, please feel free to say something. And I have been Liz. And it was great playing with you. Bye.